Tesla responds to service criticism, Australia may be getting a helping hand, and Norway is leading the way to sustainability. Here are your Tesla tidbits for March 10th, 2017. We start with Electrek reporting on Tesla's response to recent criticism regarding service. An article on The Motley Fool from a former brief Tesla employee and current Model S owner and Fool writer Evan New. New was on the unfortunate end of a rear-end accident, smashing up the rear end significantly. He's been without his car for 8 months, waiting on repair, allegedly the fault of Tesla in supplying parts in a timely fashion. While Tesla runs its own service centers for mechanical issues, it relies on third-party body shops that it certifies to do body work. In New's case, this is Stuttgart Auto Body in Denver. In his story, New reports that the shop quickly assessed the damage to his car and placed the order for the necessary parts. This was in August of 2016. And this is where the story goes sideways. New states, quote, "The body shop would begin the repair in early January 2017 after the holidays. There were still a few outstanding parts, including bulb rivets. I would think that something as basic as rivets would be among the easier parts to deliver, but evidently I'm wrong and not alone. We again contacted customer service, and Tesla again assured us that they had just shipped the remaining parts for overnight delivery," end quote. New still does not have his car. Tesla responded and said that they have investigated the issue and assured Electrek that New will get his car back this week. Tesla said its investigation determined the shop, quote, "did not address this vehicle in a timely manner or in accordance with Tesla standards," end quote. They claimed the shop had a backlog and could not get to New's car in a timely fashion. As a result, they didn't order all the parts needed at once and then blamed Tesla for the issue. Tesla claims they have 8 separate orders for New's Model S between August of 2016 and February of 2017. Tesla does not deny there being some lead times for the car. It places the blame on the shop in this instance, though. However, they do recognize that they have long lead times in other instances as well, and are actively working to improve the service experience. Specifically, this means that Tesla will be evaluating and, quote, "eliminating low-performing shops," end quote, and, quote, "rapidly expand high-performing shops across the U.S., end quote. The company did not comment on the possibility of Stuttgart being removed. Still at Electrek, we head to Australia for our next story. Yesterday, Solar City CEO turned Tesla VP of Energy Products Lyndon Reeve was in Australia to launch Powerwall 2 on the 8th. He said that the company is in talks with local utilities to quickly deploy large-scale energy storage. Australia has been under a national energy emergency as parts of the country suffered prolonged power outages courtesy of its unstable grid. The existing, and failing, solution is to rely on peaker plants and clean coal to fix the issue. Reeve claimed that Tesla could get it done better and faster. They do have this history, as they brought up the 80 megawatt-hour Southern California Edison project in 90 days. Reeve said, quote, "We don't have 300 megawatt-hours sitting there ready to go, but I'll make sure there are. We could install everything and get it up and running within 100 days, end quote. This obviously would mean a sizable portion of Gigafactory 1's production would be eaten up with the project. Hopefully this would not mean a delay for Model 3, but it would be hard to put this kind of revenue aside. Reeves spoke briefly about the previous utility-scale projects that had been completed, saying this cost was on the order of $400 to $600 per kilowatt-hour, depending on the configuration. This means roughly $50 million per 100 megawatt-hour project. Considering we're talking 300 megawatt-hours here, we'd be looking at $150 million for this project. To put this in perspective, yesterday I reported that Tesla Energy made a total of $96 million in 2016. This would eclipse that number with one project. And Powerwall can't be ignored here either. Reeve noted that 1.6 million homes in Australia are equipped with photovoltaic systems that could benefit from Powerwall. Powerwall installed on many of those homes would certainly alleviate a lot of the stress as well. But clearly, the most effective short-term solution is to apply PowerPack at the utility level. Finally, The Independent out of the UK reports that Norway is doing it right better than any other country. Just over 2 months into the new year, and Norway reports that more than half of all new cars registered in the country are either electric or hybrid vehicles. According to the Road Traffic Information Council, 17.6% of sales were battery electric vehicles and 33.8% were hybrid vehicles, for a staggering 51.4% of new vehicles registered. Now, this isn't out of character for the country, as it already boasts the highest number of electric vehicles per capita in the world, but it is nonetheless a huge feat. As the government agreed on a proposal to ban the sale of new gasoline and diesel vehicles by 2025, it seems they're well on their way to making this a reality. The links for today's stories can be found in the show description. Thanks to Teslarati and Electrek for being stupendous sources of Tesla news. If you get some value out of what I do each day, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. As always, thanks to super patrons John Waltower, Drew Schuyler, Cookie UK, and John Waller for supporting the show at the $10 plus level. If you're pinching pennies, that's totally fine. Please feel free to support the show with your positive iTunes reviews. While I'd love a full review, if you're not a wizard at the keyboard, a star review alone will serve just fine. In addition, subscriptions across all services and any other social media support you can throw my way is most appreciated. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits. That's it for today. I'll see you back here again next week. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.